Hey, Sooners, I got something for you. A 2024 target by the Sooners, 5-star defender, has set an announcement date, and we have no clue what it's about. While also official visits this weekend that I know I can talk about. We're going to dive into those speculations, all that coming up here in about 10 seconds. Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, where we take a pensive approach to the sports conversation. I am your host, Jay. Thank you all for tuning into the YouTube channel. While you are here, please hit that like, subscribe button, as well as the bell notification. We're dropping a lot of content here around OU football, college football, as well as sports in general. Even picking up some Colorado football for those new Buff fans that are showing up, as well as hit that share button. Why? Because sharing is caring. We're only going to grow the channel because of you, the people, and we are flying right now with some of this content. So my Sooner fans, I told you I will not forget about you. I have some information that I want to share, a little speculation we can all do together, but we're going to talk about 5-star defensive lineman David Stone Jr., Stoney, out of the 24 class. He's set an announcement date. And then there's some players that have pulled up for official visits we'll talk about on the other side of the David Stone information. So let's start from there. So David Stone himself is someone that's pretty well known by a lot of you. We've talked about him in the past slightly, but he is a 24 class player. Currently 6'4", 270 out of IMG Academy. That's in Florida, but his hometown is the Oklahoma City area, Del City. He played at Del City, and then for the first couple years. Last year, he was at IMG Academy, and there's been rumors circulating that our boy Stone wants to come back to Oklahoma. So looking at the measurables and stuff that I have on the screen, a consensus 5-star. 24/7 is the only one has him as a full 5-star, but everyone has him as a borderline 5-star. Number 1 defensive lineman in the country, number 9 nationwide player overall, and number 4 in the state of Florida. I believe he will be considered number 1 in Oklahoma if he decides to move back. And I say that because earlier this year, he posted a tweet, pretty cryptic, that he's homesick. And we all know, like I say, he's from Del City area. So there was a chance that we thought that he may decide to come back next school year and play his last year locally. And as well as he posted this tweet saying that he is got an announcement on December 18th. And so honestly, I'm speculating here, keeping it a buck. Think he's going to announce he's coming back to Oklahoma, to the state itself. Not picking a school or anything, but right now he's crystal balled, future casted, as well as predicted that he's going to pick Oklahoma and make that his team once he graduates high school. And I expect that as well. I trust the crystal balls on this one. Stoney has been at OU games a lot, especially when he's in town. He is always around. And of course, he's adored. And so I think that he's going to end up picking the Sooners and bolstering and adding to that beautiful defensive line that we're building with this new regime. So that's the speculation we have. I just wanted to give you guys some quick news on him, and we'll just keep an eye out for the 18th on what's going to happen. Of course, you know that I'm going to drop a video on that day, the moment he decides. And yeah, that's a Sunday, so pretty amped that we'll be able to have some information going on a week from today. So keep your eyes out for that. So while you're here, hop in the comments, let your boy know what you think about Stoney and the excitement around him potentially announcing either returning to Oklahoma to play football so we can see him locally, or announcing he wants to commit to Oklahoma. Give me what you think. Go show that young man some love as well. He loves the Sooners. He posts a lot of Boomer Sooner stuff, so pretty stoked about that. Now let's dive right into the official visits that I saw come across the wire. Start with each player. We'll go down the line for the ones that are officially reported in the 23 class, and then one transfer player that I know for a fact is in town. So first off, let's look at some of these players. We've done videos on these players back when they committed months ago, and I'll make sure to drop the actual video in the bar up here so you guys can kind of see who I'm talking about. But first off, it's Josiah Wagner. Cornerback, 5'10", 170, out of Washington. He got an official visit recently, And he's in town for his official here at OU. So we're expecting him hanging out. He comes into town with Heath Ozeta. Pretty amped. Josiah is a consensus 4-star, top 300 player in the country, top 35 corner nationwide, and he's a little burner. And he was one that we were excited about committing, and it looks like he's locked in. It might be a chance he can enroll early. I've been looking to see if there's information on that. I may actually just tweet at him and see if he gives me an answer. I'll let you know on that development. But also in that 23 class was Heath Ozeta. He showed he's in town. His mother posted a tweet that they were on the plane flying here from Washington, which is dope. Heath, consensus 3-star, 6'4", about 270, offensive lineman, bolstering up that line out of Washington as well. Top 600 player in the country, and it looks like he has a substantial amount of upside. There's some excitement around him and what he's going to be able to do and the way he's going to be able to grow. He looks super strong in watching him play. Got another video on him. You guys can check that out as well because, we don't want to bombard with just too much of that. There's a lot of things going on. I don't want to make this video too long, but at the same time, I did want to let you all know who I knew was going to be in town. And lastly, the brothers are here. As you can see in this photograph, they show they are in town at the airport with Coach Valai. Then they got a picture here with Coach Venables. We know that the McCullough brothers, Deshaun as well as Day McCullough, are in town. Now, the story behind them is that Valai worked with their father, Dalen McCullough, at the Kansas City Chiefs. So they worked briefly together, so they know each other very well. And their dad was at Indiana, and now he's at Notre Dame. So the speculation was there's a chance the boys would follow him. And the way it's looking, that ain't happening. They've been crystal ball predicted and future casted to pick Oklahoma as a package deal. Deshaun is one player that looks like he could be a dominant force in the cheetah role. Let's look at some footage of him right now. Deshaun at Indiana was a monster. He's got some strong hands. He snatches folks up, throws them to the ground. He has some solid pursuit. He was a freshman. That's a freshman right there. He's part of the 2022 class. And the best thing about these brothers are they're both consensus 4-star players. Deshaun at 6'5", 228, and a top 100 player in the country out of Indiana because that's where his dad was working at the time. And Day, he was out of South Bend because his dad is at Notre Dame right now, also a consensus 4-star, top 400 player in the country. And both of them look like they're going to be monstrous for this team. And so Day is going to be a safety, and then Deshaun played safety, but he's considered an edge. But that's why I mentioned cheetah. He looks like he's got the ability to go through all three phases of the defensive side. He can play at the edge spot, move back in the linebacker as well as safety, and go into coverage. He has that speed and ability to do that. That's what's got me excited about him coming in as a transfer. And right now, it looks like Oklahoma leads. We're hoping for an announcement within the next couple of days that they both will be coming here. And we may not even get into closer to National Signing Day. Oh, well, the early signing day, which is December 21st through 23rd. Quiet period will be December 19th. So that Monday, Tuesday will probably be pretty quiet. I'll just drop some gems about the players that we're expecting to sign up National Signing Day, do a little breakdown of the offensive side and the defensive side of who we have committed wise. We'll do more stuff over the next few days talking about the players, because at that point, when early signing day hits, we're hoping that we get a lot of them to sign. And we know some players are definitely going to be enrolling early in the spring. And I'll talk about them later this week, the ones that we're going to see in town in a separate video. That way you know who's going to be here early for spring ball and then who we will have most likely signing early signing day. So outside of that, take a gander. Like I always say before, you know the drill. Hit those young men's social media up. Show them some love. I'll put their links in the description below. That way you can go hit them up. And outside of that, thank y'all for tuning in here to Unfair Sports as usual. I'm your host, Jay. Please hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you don't miss any of this content. I'm dropping stuff daily around college football, a lot of OU football, some Colorado stuff. I think I'm going to mix in my Tennessee Volunteers as well, and sports in general. And with that, we will chop it up probably a little bit later today or tomorrow once I find out who actually showed up from the transfer portal on official visits. Besides that, we'll chop it up then. Peace.